Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. And today for you guys is another Star Wars, The Mandalorian Season 2 review. Today we're tackling, I believe, Episode 3, which is pretty crazy already. We're getting kind of up there. It's kind of funny, these Fridays are catching up with me. Now, I know I wanted to do this on Friday, but Friday was my birthday, the 13th. Black Ops Cold War came out. Of course, I didn't get it that day, and I have a little thing to tell you about that. But yeah, I was in Amish country with my family for my birthday. I had a great time. So thank you to everyone again who sent me birthday wishes. I had a great time. It's a bit different, you know, with COVID and all that crap, but I think I had a great time still. So yeah, I will be doing it, of course, this Friday for Episode 4. And regarding Black Ops Cold War, I will have a video talking about some of what I like and what I don't like about the game. And then I'll be doing some multiplayer zombies, and then I'll do the entire campaign for you guys. So stay tuned. That will be tomorrow. And then tomorrow, the 17th, is also the LEGO Star Wars Holiday Special. I will be reviewing that with my buddy Alan. Hopefully, if he wants to. Sorry, I guess you're doing it. On the 18th, I believe. So not tomorrow, but the next day, because he'll be coming over. We're going to be hanging out. So that's how that's going to work. Anyway, so with regards to The Mandalorian, I think Bryce Dallas Howard is a good actress. She is very good in Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Nothing, you know, oh my god, Oscars! But, you know, she's not bad. You know, she's just another one of those good actors and actresses that's out there. And she also directed, I believe, 1 or 2 episodes of The Mandalorian Season 1. But she directed this episode, and man, she's a pretty damn good director, I gotta say. She's a good actor. But when it comes to her directing skills, there's a lot of great shots in this episode. There's a lot of great shots in every Star Wars movie and every Star Wars show, especially Mandalorian. But this is really no different. This is a really well-shot episode. It is the shortest so far, clocking in and around, I believe, 35 minutes or so. But there was a lot of stuff in there. I mean, this was by far my favorite. So, of course, this is going to be a spoiler review. Not much of, kind of a recap and review. So, again, if you haven't seen the show, please go watch it. I do think it's a bit overrated, but, again, you guys know me. All Star Wars is good. I do think it's a great show. I think I would probably go Clone Wars, Mandalorian, Rebels, Resistance, but I love them all. I've seen them all. They're all great. But regarding this episode, this is the best of the season, hands down. Writing, acting, action scenes, directing, of course, Bryce Dallas Howard. Everything is really good about this scene. And I was kind of watching this with my mom and dad, and I'm like, what is going on? You know, what is missing in this show? Because there's, you know, in every show and movie, there's an overarching plot, and then within that overarching plot, there is a sidestep of different other plots, you know, that kind of feed into the main overarching plot. And I'm like, okay, you know, I got it, you know, Moff Gideon's got the Darksaber, and he's got to go take the child somewhere, but what's the overarching, you know, what's the goal here? And the goal, of course, is we find a bunch of stuff in this episode. We now know that Bo-Katan Kryze, I think Kryze, and let me just say right now, effing spectacular. Bloody amazing. I freaking loved it, man. My buddy tweeted me, he was like, oh, I cried watching. And I'm like, how did you cry watching? Like, what, is it sad? And I didn't cry, but I freaked out a little bit. You know, I can't, you know, I can't actually go crazy in my family room because they'll think I'm on crack or something. Or on death sticks. But I really did enjoy seeing the actress who voices Bo-Katan in the animated canon of Star Wars actually act as Bo-Katan in the live-action Star Wars. And, of course, you know, she's going to sound the same, but she looks the same. It's crazy. The freaking headband, the hair, it's all fantastic, and I think they were, really, it was a great job. You know, Lucasfilm did a fantastic job getting her to, you know, kind of reprise her role. We already have Boba Fett, which is still Tamora Moore, whatever the fudge his name is. He played Django in the prequels. And then you also get Bo-Katan, which is really cool. And then we're going to be seeing Ahsoka Tano, I believe, soon, because they hint at it. And when they said Ahsoka Tano, I freaked out, because I can't wait to see her in live-action form. But this was a really good episode. You know, we got to see a lot of returning characters, a lot of new characters. We got to see again, one of those side plots in the big plot here get resolved with the Frog Lady and I guess the Frog Man, and their kids. The Baby Yoda, or the child kept eating. I guess it's Baby Yoda, but you know, it's not actually Baby Yoda. So they you know, they reunite, and it's really awesome. And I think they did a good job of having them reunite on the planet Trask, where it's not like, you know how when I don't know, when when Rey, Finn, and Poe hugged in the end of The Rise of Skywalker and Age on Colossus, and you feel that weight lift, and it's a really powerful moment. It isn't quite that standard, but it isn't necessarily bad. It's just the right amount. Because I'm not too invested in the frog people. You know what I mean? Yeah, I want them to go home to their family. You know, I want the wife with the husband and the husband with the wife and the kid. All that stuff. I want that. But, you know, I don't want this big surge of emotion because I don't give a crap. You know what I mean? I do, but I don't. So I'm really glad Bryce decided to go with this sense of emotion that wasn't too in your face, but wasn't also, you know, kind of a drawback in terms of how you feel. So I think she did a good balance there. But that side plot out of the way, you know, the child still gets up to his normal hijinks. Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, leaves the child with the frog people. Can't believe I'm saying that. And he goes on a freaking adventure with Bo-Katan and the other Mandalorians, which is pretty badass. And I mean, they are badass. I mean, they're fighting and they're destroying all the the guys with the Tenet Davy Jones thing. I don't know their name. But they, you know, they beat the crap out of him and they shoot him and they blast him. And then it goes into a whole other thing where Bo-Katan is trying to find the Darksaber, so she hijacks a ship with the Empire, and it just leads out. And there's a really great lingering shot of that Imperial officer. I don't know his name. I don't even know if he has a name. He dies. He dies. But he raises his blaster like this toward the camera. He's shaking and he's looking all sweaty, and it's a great shot. You know, going back to that, Bryce Dallas Howard does a really good job doing that. And then one of the funniest scenes, I think, in this episode is where the Razor Crest kind of in the beginning gets down on the planet and on Trask, and it just falls in the water. That was pretty funny. I mean, that ship takes a goddamn beating, man, I'm telling you. And then the other funny shot was where the guys he's like, oh, we got him, we trapped him, sir. And he's like, where'd you trap him? He's like, in the airlock or the whatever. And he's like, in the what? And he goes, in the air. The freaking thing opens and he goes flying out. That looked awesome. And that leads me to my next thing. The CGI in this show. In Season 1, it was pretty good. I mean, alright, let me tell you, it was very good, because most TV shows, live action, don't have good CGI. Game of Thrones might be an exception. I've never seen Game of Thrones, but from what I have seen, it doesn't look too crap. But, you know, you get, like, The Flash, Arrow, Supergirl, you know. I'm sure there are shows, and I love DC, but they're just not there digital-wise, you know what I mean? And you know, I'm sure WandaVision's going to look good, too, but, you know, Disney/Lucasfilm does a great job with everything they do, and for the most part, with, you know, effects-wise. And Mandalorian Season 1 looked really freaking good, and this is no different. I mean, that shot of that big, it's almost like an AT-AT, or that ATM-6, I think, from The Last Jedi, on Crate, you know, kind of like raising the Razor Crest. It looked really real. You know, they do a good job of blending physical with the CGI, and this show is no different. So CGI is damn good. You know what I mean? It's really good. They do a great job of implementing the two. And for a TV show with probably not the biggest budget in the world, but one of the biggest budgets for a TV show, I think they, you know, showcase that off really well. And then you also get the, you know, all this fight scenes and the shootouts and all that. You know, it looks fantastic. It's really good choreography from the Mandalorians, because we know that the Mandalorians are, you know, a breed and a race of warriors from the planet Mandalore. So it's really cool to see Bo-Katan, you know, knifing and shooting and punching and kicking and all that stuff. It's really awesome. And then really it ends with, you know, Moff Gideon just saying, hey, you guys effed up, you know what to do. And dude with the airlock, you know, or the other guy, there's a big dude in charge. He's like, you know, you'll never take me alive. And he kind of does what the guy in Captain America, the first Avenger, did, and kind of like bit on something and freaking killed himself. You know, he zapped himself and just died. It was kind of cool. It was like Star Wars suicide, which has happened before. I'm not saying that's a good thing. That's a really effed up thing. But it's kind of cool to see that, you know, they're doing something different in terms of death. You know, she didn't just knife him or shoot him. I know, suicide's effed up. Don't do it. It's bad. But at the same time, you know, seeing these different animations and different ways to do something in a show is really cool. You know, it's just it sounds effed up, but it's a movie creaking. And then, you know, I don't know. I mean, what is there to say? You know, Star Wars, when I say all Star Wars is good, I don't say everything about Star Wars is absolutely 10 out of 10 perfection. Because I do have problems with Star Wars, but they're very minimal. When I say all Star Wars is good, I mean that really Star Wars isn't trying to be shit. And that's the easiest way to put it. It's not trying to be a bad franchise. And yes, the prequels have bad writing and bad CGI and bad acting to a certain degree. But I still love the prequels, you know what I mean? Like, as Star Wars movies, they're 10 out of 10. Originals, sequels, they're all great. That's why I say it. And this show is no different. I do think it's a bit overrated, and I do think The Clone Wars is better. But so far, The Mandalorian Season 1 and 2 have been absolutely killer. I can't wait for next Friday, or this upcoming Friday, which hopefully will be on time, because I'm excited to see Ahsoka Tano in there as well. But yeah, it's awesome. You know, seeing the Lothcat from Season 1 and Bo-Katan and Boba Fett come back, and we're going to be seeing Ahsoka. It's going to be fantastic. This was a really well-directed episode. Can't wait to tell me. Again, don't spoil it in the comments, you know, just for spoilers. But, you know, I think everyone knows already about Bo-Katan. But don't tell me a spoiler, but tell me without spoiling it what you thought of this episode. I thought it was pretty cool. This is definitely the best of Season 2 so far, and I think the Bryce Dallas Howard sets the bar pretty high. So I enjoyed it a lot. I'm going to give it a perfect score. I don't think there's anything really wrong with it. In terms of acting and everything else, I thought it was really great. So anyway, tell me what you think without spoiling it in the comments below. I can't wait. All Star Wars is good. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.